Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Langdon with a reaction to RFK Jr.'s statements on April 16th concerning autism. I believe I share sentiments with many other pediatricians who just wish to educate the public and straighten up a few of the things he said. They were not accurate, to be frank and blunt with you guys. So I have seen multiple social media reactions that have been rather humorous, such as folks who have autism that said, hey, can I get my tax rebate, all of it back since I have autism and I'm still paying taxes, which is pretty funny. Lots of folks commenting that they're married with children, so how did they do that if they couldn't date? Lots of people commenting about their baseball prowess or their beautiful poetry writing and things like that. Certainly, they are all potty trained. First of all, let's say there were some major concerns with his choice of words. Let's make this clear. Autism is a neurodevelopmental condition. It is not a disease. Do you understand the difference? You can catch a disease. You could be exposed to somebody and it could be an infectious disease. There would be a cure for a disease. If you had an infectious disease and there was an outbreak, it could even be big enough to be an epidemic, which is what he called it. There is no such thing as an epidemic of a neurodevelopmental condition. Do you understand the difference? And that really took away a lot of his credibility. Now, to be, again, extremely honest with you, there's not a lot of credibility to begin with. This is not a man of science. This is not a man who has any background in microbiology or infectious disease or development or psychiatry or psychology or epidemiology, any of it. He has zero science background. He has zero medical background. So the idea that this man is the head of the Department of Health and Human Services, I still can't believe it. It's so hard to accept given his complete and total lack of qualifications. And it's not only that he wasn't qualified, it was that he was specifically unqualified as he spent a career attacking science and practicing pseudoscience and making money on untested supplements while increasing the public vaccine hesitancy against life-saving, safe and effective vaccines. It's very frustrating for people who do work in science and medicine. Let me teach you a few things. So it turns out that there's only a 31% incidence of intellectual disability in people who have autism. And even those people, some of those people may have high support needs. That's what we say, HSN. Did you know they're still human beings? Did you know they're still worthy of inclusion and love and support? They are. Did you know that your worth is not based on your ability to pay taxes? It's true. And may it never be said in America that we only love people who contribute to society. Can you understand why that is such a dangerous idea? It's called ableism, and that is we only deserve to live and be here because we're contributing to society. That's not true. And it even goes down a very slippery slope of eugenics, which is terrifying, you guys. Now, if there are believers watching this, people who follow Christ, we believe that humans are made in the image of God. So I hope that you are as offended as I am. I'm offended from every part of me, from being a Christ follower, and I'm the kind Christian, not the storming the Capitol kind of Christian. But when I'm a Christ follower, I do believe that humans are made in the image of God, and that's why his statements were so deeply offensive. I hope you understand how he's behaving is how we're trying to teach our children not to be. We have finally made a little bit of progress that we're teaching children to be kind to others who are neurodivergent, right? We're teaching children to be inclusive and loving and supportive. And RFK Jr. was that bully on the playground. He was the one being hurtful and distasteful and hateful and downright dangerous. So if you'll indulge me and let me use my Southern roots here a minute, what we would say about how he acted in that press conference on April 16th, he was being ugly. He was acting ugly. And if if a child had acted that way, they would have some consequences. We don't treat people that way. We don't say things in hurtful ways like that. And when we have somebody in a position of power acting like that, it's very discouraging when we're trying to teach our children not to. We all the time now see adults who are getting diagnosed with autism because their children did. You should know that the American Academy of Pediatrics has a screen for autism at the 18-month well and the 24-month well with a tool called Modified Checklist for Autism in Toddlers. Everyone is much more aware of autism these days. The diagnostic criteria have literally, actually changed, which explains the increase in incidence. Plus, we know it's 85 to 90% genetic. So if people are falling in love and having children, as they are, even when they're on the spectrum is a very wide, that's why we call it that, then that's going to increase the chance that we'll have more children with autism, because adults with autism are marrying and having a family, which is fabulous. So the people with autism are not looking for a cure, as he says. Very, very offensive, and all the things that he said. I was so very disappointed. So you guys, I hope you'll join me, especially if you love science, if you love medicine, if you love people, if you love Jesus, in denouncing the very hateful and hurtful and damaging and destructive statements that he made. Thanks.